Actually in 1977 we bought this farm, and it was a 50 stall barn, tie stall barn, and then we expanded that barn to 98 tie stalls in 2001, and we were just maxed right out in that barn. We just were way too overcrowded. We just had had to get these cattle moved into an area where they had a lot more freedom, a lot more space, and a lot more cow comfort. We liked this idea of milking the cows more than twice a day. That was one thing that we liked. The other thing was just the sheer labor part of it. When I've been milking cows for 40 years, and I just wore out, legs wear out, and last 8 or 10 years I had to use a stool just because I couldn't get up and down as well anymore. So I was done. I had to do something different.
Morning of July the 2nd, we milked the cows in the tie stall barn for the last time, and set up a temporary fence and chased the cows from the tie stall to the robot. And July 2nd, July 2nd nighttime, we were full-fledged robotic milking herds. We just cut and dry. One day we're tie stall, next day we're robotic. The next few weeks were, I guess you could say, hard. Very, very hard. We pretty much were out here, I'd say at least 20 hours a day. We were in the barn pushing cows and training and just learning everything about what a dairy farm or what a robotic farm needs, how it needs to operate. And especially at the time of year, I don't really recommend it. It's nice in the fact that it's nice outside, but it's we're also trying to run a custom hay operation and trying to do baling and try to do harvesting and stuff like that, and it's just it was very, very overwhelming for the first bit. Our production right off the bat dropped in half. So we went from shipping probably close to 30 to 31 liters per cow per day to like 15 to 18. I would say maybe 2 or 3 weeks maybe before they were back to kind of in the ballpark of where they needed to be. And then they've just steadily gone up from there. Trying to teach a cow to go from everything being brought to it to saying to the cow, okay, now you have to go and get everything yourself. You have to go get milked on your own. It's just treating that cow like it's just culture shock for them, basically.
We're getting more visits. That's coming up fairly well. I get up to as high as 2.6, 2.7, and that's kind of where, your target is probably 3 that you'd like to get to. We think the cows are healthier. They're moving. They don't get crippled up near as bad. A lot of those things. We like what we see, and it's been a training process for us as well as the cows.
How long do you think before the system pays for itself?
I don't know. I'm not exactly sure how long it's going to be. I'm hoping in that 6 to 7 year range. There's a lot of variables in there as well, and different things like that, depending on how much higher labor we're going to need in the future, and different things like that.
With robotic milking here, it's like the flexibility end of things is a lot. Like I have 5 kids, I have 4 kids in sports, and in that we have practices here, there, and everywhere, and just to have that flexibility that like my oldest, if he has a practice somewhere, then we just do chores an hour early and get the chores done, and then so that we can enjoy going to his games or taking him to his practices and stuff like that. And that's like 100% of why we kind of went with this system, so that we can spend more time with our families. And that's probably one of the things that one of the key factors in why we chose to go to robotic milking.
There's a lot of investment into a barn like this, for sure. But it's not all the finances of it, it's the quality of life of it and different things like that as well.